Marcus Chen's hands trembled as he gripped the steering wheel, watching through tinted windows as his 10-year-old daughter sat on a park bench with a homeless teenager. The girl wore torn sneakers and a faded jacket, chalk dust covering her fingers as she drew mathematical equations on the pavement. But it wasn't the scene itself that made Marcus's heart race. It was the look on Lily's face, pure joy, complete engagement, something he hadn't seen in years despite spending thousands on the best tutors money could buy. He stepped out of the car, his Italian leather shoes crunching on gravel as he approached. The homeless girl noticed him first, her body tensing, but she didn't run. She simply looked up with dark, intelligent eyes that held no fear, only dignity. "Lily," Marcus called out, his voice sharper than intended. "What's going on here?" Lily jumped up, her backpack falling to the ground. "Dad, what are you doing here?" "I could ask you the same thing. Your driver told me you've been coming here every day after school." His eyes fixed on the homeless girl who remained seated, watching him carefully. "Who is this?" "This is Sofia," Lily said, moving protectively closer to the bench. "She's teaching me calculus." Marcus almost laughed. "Calculus? Lily, you're 10 years old, and she's—" He stopped himself, but the damage was done. Sofia stood up slowly, brushing chalk from her hands. "Homeless," she finished for him, her voice steady. "Yes, Mr. Chen, I am, but that doesn't mean I don't know mathematics." The use of his name caught him off guard. "You know who I am." "Lily talks about you sometimes," Sofia said quietly, "between lessons." Marcus felt something twist in his chest. He looked at his daughter. "Lily, get in the car now." "No," the word came out small but firm. Lily's eyes filled with tears. "Dad, you don't understand. Sofia is the best teacher I've ever had. She actually makes me want to learn. She doesn't just go through worksheets like the tutors you hire. She shows me why math matters, how it connects to everything." "Lily, when was the last time you helped me with homework, Dad?" Lily's voice cracked. "When was the last time you asked me about school? Sofia spends 2 hours with me every single day. She cares about whether I understand, not just whether I get the right answer." The words hit Marcus like physical blows. He opened his mouth, then closed it, having no defense. Sofia picked up a worn backpack that had seen better days. "I should go. I'm sorry for any trouble, Mr. Chen. Lily, same time tomorrow." "Wait," Marcus said, and something in his tone made both of them freeze. He took a breath, forcing himself to really look at this girl. She couldn't be more than 17, thin from missed meals, but standing with her shoulders back, meeting his gaze without flinching. On the pavement, he could now see the equations weren't simple arithmetic. They were genuinely advanced mathematics, explained with clear annotations and multiple solution methods. "How long has this been going on?" "6 weeks, Lily whispered. "And you," Marcus turned to Sofia, "why, what do you get out of this?" For the first time, Sofia's composure wavered. "I get to remember who I used to be," she said softly, "before everything fell apart." Marcus felt his phone buzzing in his pocket, probably his assistant, with another urgent matter requiring his attention. He ignored it. "Tell me what happened." Sofia hesitated, glancing at Lily, who nodded encouragingly. "My dad had a heart attack 2 years ago, no insurance. The medical bills destroyed us. We lost our house, our car, everything. My dad couldn't work anymore and my mom couldn't earn enough on her own. They sent me to live with my aunt in another state, but—" She paused, swallowing hard. "Her boyfriend didn't want me there, so I left, came back here. I've been living in my car for 8 months." "You have a car?" Had Sofia corrected. "It got towed last week. Unpaid parking tickets. Now I stay wherever I can." Marcus's throat felt tight. "But the math, how do you know all this?" A small smile crossed Sofia's face. "I was top of my class, had a full scholarship lined up to MIT. That was the plan anyway. I still go to the public library every day, keep studying. The knowledge is free even if the degree isn't." She looked down at the chalk equations. "When I met Lily here a few weeks ago, she was crying over her homework. I just helped. It felt good to be useful again, to be more than just another invisible homeless kid." "You refused payment," Lily added. "I tried to give her money from my allowance, but she wouldn't take it." Sofia shook her head firmly. "I'm not a charity case, And education shouldn't have a price tag. That's the whole problem with this world. Marcus stood there, this homeless teenager's words echoing in his mind. He thought about his corner office, his seven-figure salary, his daughter's elite private school that cost more than most people's houses. He thought about how Lily rarely smiled at home, how distant they'd become, how he'd been so busy building an empire that he'd failed to build a relationship with his own child. "Sofia," he said slowly, "what if I could help you, get you housing, get you back to school?" No, the word was sharp, immediate. Marcus blinked. No. "I don't want handouts, Mr. Chen. That's not help. That's just you throwing money at a problem so you can feel better about yourself." Sofia's eyes blazed with sudden fire. "I've met people like you, rich people who want to play savior, make themselves feel good, then disappear when things get complicated. If you want to help me, fine, but I want to earn it." The challenge in her voice sparked something in Marcus. "All right," he heard himself say, "what do you want, really want?" Sofia was quiet for a long moment, her jaw working. "I want to help kids like me," she finally said. "Kids who want to learn but can't afford it. Kids who fall through the cracks because they don't have money or stability. I want to create something that actually matters, not just another charity that makes rich people feel good at galas." Marcus felt something shift in his chest, like a door opening after being locked for years. "What if we did this together? What if you designed a program and I funded it? You'd be a consultant, not a charity case, a partner." Sofia's eyes narrowed with suspicion. "Why would you do that?" "Because," Marcus said, looking at his daughter's hopeful face, "you gave my daughter something I couldn't, and maybe it's time I stopped thinking success is only measured in quarterly earnings." He pulled out his phone, opening his calendar. "Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. my office. Bring your ideas. We'll talk specifics, salary, housing, program design, everything. This is a job offer, Sofia, not charity." Sofia's tough exterior finally cracked. Her eyes glistened with tears. She blinked back furiously. "I don't have professional clothes for an office meeting." "Neither did I when I started," Marcus said gently. "Come as you are, just bring that brilliant mind of yours." The next 6 months transformed everything. Sofia moved into a company apartment, enrolled in online college courses, and spent her days designing an after-school program unlike anything that existed. She called it Peer Forward, a system where students taught each other, where knowledge flowed freely regardless of economic status, where kids like her could find stability through learning. Marcus found himself leaving work early for the first time in a decade, sitting with Lily at the kitchen table as they worked through homework together. Sofia often joined them for dinner, becoming something like an older sister to Lily. The walls Marcus had built around himself, the ones made of money and status and constant busyness, began to crumble. The program launched with 20 students. Within 3 months, it had grown to 200. Sofia stood at the front of the community center they'd renovated, teaching calculus to a group of homeless teenagers while Lily helped tutor younger kids in algebra. Marcus watched from the back, remembering that day in the park when he'd almost made the biggest mistake of his life. "Mr. Chen," a board member approached, "the mayor wants to replicate this program citywide. They're asking if you'll spearhead the initiative." Marcus looked at Sofia, who was laughing with her students, her whole face lit up. He looked at Lily, confident and engaged in ways he'd never seen before. "Ask Sofia," he said. "This is her vision, I'm just the funding." That evening, the three of them sat on that same park bench where it all began. The chalk equations had long since washed away, replaced by new ones drawn by program participants. "Thank you," Sofia said quietly, "for seeing me, not just the homeless kid, but me." Marcus shook his head. "I should be thanking you. You didn't just teach my daughter math, Sofia. You taught both of us what really matters." Lily leaned against his shoulder. "Dad." "Yeah, sweetie. I'm proud of you." Marcus felt tears prick his eyes. When had he last heard those words? When had he last deserved them? He wrapped his arm around his daughter, extending his other hand to Sofia, who took it with a smile. The park was quiet, except for the distant sound of children playing. Marcus thought about all the years he'd spent chasing success, never realizing he'd been running away from what mattered most. It took a homeless teenager with chalk-covered fingers to show him the truth. Wealth wasn't measured in bank accounts, but in connections, in purpose, in the lives you touched. If this story moved you, hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever learned something valuable from an unexpected teacher? Let us know. And don't forget to like this video. Your support helps us create more stories that matter. Sometimes the people society overlooks are the ones with the most to teach us. Sometimes the teacher we need isn't the one we expect. And sometimes being found is what saves us all.